Username. I hate these things. Every time I sign up to something, the username I've chosen has already been taken, and then I have to have a strange concoction of numbers and letters that I can't even decipher. I type in my name and immediately delete it. There are some right weirdos on the internet, and I'm sure Louise has been on dates with all of them. I don't want to give away too much to start with, just in case I get my very own stalker, although I've often wondered what it would be like to have a stalker. One of those nice ones who sends you flowers and pays for your parking ticket fines. Not one of those creepy ones who sends you boxes of human toes and has plastic surgery on their face so they look like you. I need something subtle with a bit of mystique to it, something unique and catchy, something that encapsulates me in every essence. I think, but as usual, my creativity is always stumped when it comes to making up names. I open a new web page and do a search for username generators. Pages and pages of sites appear, but I can't be bothered to search through them all. I click on the first page. It looks straightforward enough. I generate a random username with randomusernamegenerator.com. These guys are clearly as creative as I am when coming up with names for things. But there are still so many decisions. Do I want a 2-word, 3-word, 4-word username? Do I want it to contain numbers? And I have to choose various topics that I want my 2, 3 or 4-word username to come from. As 3 is a magic number, I choose a 3-word username that will consist of 1 emotion word, 1 colour word and 1 animal word, and no numbers. Animal usernames are always cute. I click on the Generate button and a list of about 20 names appear on the screen. Happy Purple Lobster. No. Sad Black Cat. No. Angry Pink Bear. Still no. Scared Blue Ferret. Ugh, this isn't as easy as I initially thought it would be. I look inside the coffee mug sitting on the table next to my desk. It's empty. I get up. Beryl lifts her head but doesn't follow me. I walk into the kitchen, flick the kettle's on switch and lean against the worktop. I look around the room for username inspiration. Bread bin, fridge, washing up liquid, knife block, mixing bowl, colander, ladle, scary painting of a headless woman dragging a boat through a forest. No inspiration here. The kettle steams and clicks to let me know it's ready. I have no idea why I turned the kettle on. I don't even like hot drinks. I open the fridge, take out a carton and fill my coffee mug with juice. I check to see what else is in the fridge. Eggs, cheese, yogurt, leftover shepherd's pie, dog food, milk, beef tomatoes, lemonade, an expired credit card in an old cream cheese tub. No, it's still in date, so it's going to stay in the fridge. Mayonnaise, but no username. I close the door and walk back to my study. Beryl is in the same position she was when I left the room. I put my face close to hers to make sure she's still breathing. She opens her eyes wide and jerks her head backwards. I kiss her nose and she growls at me. I don't mind, at least she's alive. My screensaver drags itself past my eyes. In bold pink lettering, the words "Stop procrastinating, start writing" scroll by. I'd completely forgotten that I was supposed to be writing. I jiggle the mouse and the dating website greets me. I minimise that and stare at the white page, tainted only by page 1 of 1 at the bottom in the centre. I hold down the control key on my keyboard and hit BU in quick succession. I type chapter 1, and it appears at the top left of the page in bold type and underlined. I hold down the control key again and press E. The text jumps into the centre of the page. I don't like it there. It looks like a school essay. I hold down the control key and press L to send it back to its original position. I look at the clock. It's still nearly 11:10. My eye is drawn to the dating website that is resting at the bottom of my screen. I wake it up and type "The Procrastinator" into the username box, and my email address into the box beneath it. I squint my eyes and click the Create Profile button. Flashing red text informs me that I have not completed all the compulsory fields, and a red asterisk drags my eye to the date of birth box. I do as I'm told. My username is taken, but some other suggestions are The Procrastinator 378, The Procrastinator 941, The Procrastinator 667. No. I always feel that a number detracts from the strength of a username. I spin my chair around and notice that Beryl is no longer lying in the armchair. I didn't even hear her get up. I call her name and look for her. She's sitting by the back door. I look at the clock in the hall. This clock works, even if it's a bit slow. It's 1:45. Where did the morning go? I open the back door and Beryl runs outside. She does her business and bounds around the garden like a lamb. I notice a peg on the ground. I pick it up and clip it to the washing line. It starts to rain. I quickly walk inside and call Beryl in. She doesn't move. Some days she hates the rain and won't take a step outside, and other days she loves the rain and will gladly spend hours under the clouds. Today is one of those days. "Fine," I say, "you can stay out there." I move to close the door and she comes bounding towards me. She smells like wet dog. She finds her towel and pulls it out from under the kitchen table. She contorts herself and rubs her wet body over the fabric. I give her a hand and dry her as much as I can. I put a couple of slices of bread in the toaster and wander into the living room. I switch on the television and Beryl makes herself comfortable on the sofa. For such a small dog, she manages to stretch herself over all 3 seats. The toaster pops. I walk back into the kitchen and take the toast out of the toaster. I smother the toast with peanut butter, crunchy of course, and take it back into the living room. The television depresses me, but I can't be bothered to get up and get the remote control. A woman is yelling at her ex-boyfriend because he slept with both her and her mother, and now they're both pregnant. He has about 3 teeth and a large tattoo of a panther on his face, starting just above his eyebrow and crawling down to his jaw. This is why I'm single. I can't risk finding someone like this. I guess the internet isn't the only place to find weirdos. They're on chat shows too. The man doesn't seem to be able to pronounce his consonants. I assume this has something to do with his lack of teeth. "Alaya, alaya, he says. I'm sure my ears start bleeding. The women are equally as classy. The daughter is wearing a leopard print skin tight dress, and at least 4 sizes too small, and she clearly hasn't heard of shampoo. "Alaya tibas, mama," the daughter replies. She points across the stage to a woman with no teeth, wearing another inappropriate dress. "Yanira," the mother coherently interjects, rubbing her hands down her body. At this point, I think my eyes start bleeding too. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Beryl sits at my feet for her corner of toast. I get up and switch off the television before I smash it. The postman comes. Beryl sniffs the envelopes and walks off. If it's not food, she's not really interested. To be honest, if it's not food, I'm not really interested. I notice a leaflet for a new curry place in town. That's food. I'm interested. Free delivery. Bonus. I stick it to the fridge with a London bus magnet. The rest can wait until later. I put the other envelopes on a pile of yesterday's envelopes on the kitchen table. It falls over. I guess it's not just yesterday's post there. I open the dishwasher, take out the clean cutlery, and shove it into a bulging drawer. It won't close. I pull it out. It's chaos in there. I make a space on the kitchen table and drop the drawer there. A few things bounce out. A chopstick, a stack of post-it notes, and a pipette I used for feeding Beryl when she was ill as a puppy. I take out all the knives, forks and spoons, the things you would expect to find in a cutlery drawer, and put them on the worktop. I'm left with a stapler, 7 chopsticks, a stack of post-it notes, a puppy feeding pipette, 2 medicine spoons, a pair of glow-in-the-dark eyebrow tweezers, a crumpled up page with one of my poems on one side and a recipe for beef stroganoff on the other, 3 dog poo bags, 18 hair clips, a comb, a floppy disk, a packet of prawn cocktail flavour crisps, a China swan figurine, a black bootlace, a black shoelace, a small jar of oregano, a box of matches, a lone gold hoop earring, which isn't mine, an instruction manual for a sandwich toaster, 4 bunches of keys, 11 squashed cupcake cases, a bottle opener, a jelly mould in the shape of a teddy bear, and a lot of crumbs. I tip the crumbs into the bin and put the drawer on the draining board ready to wash it. I'll do it later.